Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to From the Ink Up on this great Friday evening. Today I'm joined by Moon and Thyme. Take it away, guys.
Hi. It is actually pronounced thyme, like the herb, if you can imagine. I've had so many people mispronounce it though, so I guess I should accept my new name. So this first match is on Scorch Gorge clams. I know a lot of people don't actually like Scorch Gorge, if you can imagine.
Gorge do be existing.
It does the map. It looks
Yes.
like only one side actually has a proper backline, which is an X-Splasher. The rest of these weapons, I suppose, will be playing more of in the middle, which is very interesting to me, considering most of these maps tend to heavily benefit backline. Or like long-range players.
As a backline, I can indeed confirm that.
Completely understandable.
Yes.
I know whenever I know a few teams that love running double backline, and it sure works wonders, especially if you have like a Splatling in the mix. Explo is astounding though. A lot of people I feel like might underestimate it, but it's good in both Salmon Run and in actual competitive.
Yep.
Looks like the first score already went out, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And looks like they're actually not giving up pressure on their basket. So they're currently getting more clams, and they have another one, so they're ready to push. Oh, and looks like an Octobrush on the other team went down. So that means that they should be in a good position. Oh, no.
Team?
It is a 3v3. A 2v3 now.
Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead, Moon.
So. Oh gosh. Oh god. You see something? Oh no.
Oh, are you
Oh
okay?
no, with the crab. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm surprised they've been able to keep it open, and if they can keep it open long enough, it looks like one guy's going back for clams, and they should be able to knock it out here.
It does not seem like they'll be able to get in another clam though.
Yeah, they lost the numbers advantage a little bit, and now the purple team gets to push back in. And it looks like they might get a push, but the X-Splasher is really putting in a lot of pressure.
And
Which means-
one down for Water Otters. With the other team pushing in and getting a wipeout.
And it looks like Overtime is actually going to be able to get another score. Ooh, and this might end up being a knockout. Oh, the 52 is coming around behind. Looks like their push might be dead. Ooh, yeah. That is a delayed wipe. So it looks like now Water Otters gets to move back into mid.
They get a bit of fan control, perhaps.
Yeah. Ooh, and looks like they have the numbers advantage. Oh. It's a 2v2 now. Or, yeah, still a 2v2. Ooh, and that roller is actually really good. Because they're keeping the enemy team staggered, or flustered. And able to move back into mid.
And there goes down the slosher from Water Otters.
Oh, and looks like the Overtime got a wipeout, so that means they should be
Yet
pushing
again?
in now. Yeah, and
If they can get a clam, that is.
yeah, they are pushing for that knockout, and they did manage to pass the clams.
And that's 2 down on the yellow side. 3 down.
Oh, a
Was this
wipeout.
gonna be a wipeout? Yep.
Yeah, all right. And looks like the junior has a bubbler, so they'll probably be able to push in with it. Yeah, and look what they might actually get their first
And a
score
booyah.
if they can. Yeah. If they can actually get their clams to
Oh.
basket, that is. Which it looks like they weren't able to successfully push in. Oh, they're trying. Well, they
determined.
refreshed the timer on it, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to get to it in time.
Yeah. But they still do have a clam from their basket, at least. So even then, if they can't farm one, they can at least grab that one and try and push them.
Thank God
Here
for
goes the
pity
crab.
clams. Oh, and did they just roll that guy over?
Was that a crab roll?
God. Oh, and it looks like Overtime has another clam, and that should be game unless they can get them out. They have the clams for the knockout,
And that's game.
and that's game. All right. Let me see.
And that is game 1 for overtime.
Amazing. Let me see. I've just realized I have had the the game audio muted for a second. My mistake. Thank you for reminding me of the Teams Moon. I actually completely forgot who was fighting
Yeah,
for a moment there.
Yeah, I personally forgot too until I saw the victory screen.
Thankfully, we've got it under control.
Yes.
I don't really know a lot of the members from Overtime. I mean, from Water Otters, but I do know a lot of people from Overtime. And I think that their strategy of bringing in a backline for Scorch definitely helped them win because the enemy team could not come back from their pressure. And I wonder if Water Otters is now going to bring a backline or long-range weapon for Alfonsino.
Bring in a backline though. It'll be a bit trickier than Scorch, where Museum's a bit is like less open than Scorch, but it still is a tiny bit open.
Oh yes, of course. Hello.
Hey,
I do know a lot of Hydras are very successful on this map, at least from my experience. Hydra usually gets to sit up on the plot, but if they bring an Explosher, they might be a bit more in trouble, because they can easily be pushed out.
yeah. I mean, even then though, if you're a Hydra and you're confident enough with your weapon, you can go up to the spinning plat in mid and just chill out there. Or if you're like Debbie at the beginning, you can go off on the right side at the beginning and go along there and drop down and try and get them splats there with your team.
True, but then wouldn't you be sacrificing a bit of pressure?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Well, Overtime was fairly dominant in the first game. Water Otters couldn't even score a single point. So maybe this time Water Otters might even get it down to halfway.
Perhaps.
If they have if Overtime doesn't bring a backline, I wonder if they'll have a chance.
Well, only one way to find out.
There's the
The
Explosher.
Explosher's back, along with the nut. No, ooh, Jet. That'll
Ooh, a
be
Jet.
interesting.
And a Flingza, so they have missiles. Missiles
Oh,
is a great
God.
displacement special, but Overtime does have a Bubbler, and Bubbler is such a good pick on zones.
Mm-hmm. And Water Otters seem to have a crab too, even better.
Oh,
I guess you could say they're a pretty crab team.
Well, I do know otters eat crabs, so I wonder about that.
Haha, I'm in danger.
Oh, and it looks like water otters are actually doing pretty well here. Oh no, that's Overtime.
Hey.
Fears Overtime is actually doing pretty well here.
Mm-hmm.
The Explo is successfully pushing them out. It looks like none of them are
However, there
keeping
is a crab out.
Oh yeah, the crab might get back zone. The roller does go down.
They do seem to be holding quite nicely though. There are
Yes,
missiles out.
definitely. Water Otters does have 2 down, so Overtime
Well-
might just knock it out. Oh, and here comes the
And there
back.
is a nuke back.
Oh, but it doesn't look like they have the support on zone for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Ooh, but they might just cap it.
Oh, perhaps. They do indeed have the advantage right now.
Ooh, but it
Seems.
looks like they're two down, so... And the last one in mid goes down. Well, let's see if the Jet can bring it back. They do have a vac. Oh,
And they do have the Zuka out.
They do have a Zuka.
And Zuka died.
Oh dear. Well, fairly dominant game.
Mm-hmm. I guess the otters were... Wait, hold on. Was it otters that had the crab?
Yes, they did have the crab.
Yeah. I guess the waters... the otters were not that crabbed.
I guess they had their crab and ate it too soon, you could say.
Yeah.
Hey, hello. Had a power outage, so no fancy stream from me, but, you know, after the set, we're done, right? The set?
So I believe this is on Inkblot, Tower Control Inkblot. So Explosher, it's a bit hard to hit Explosher shots on the tower for this map, so I wonder if they'll be switching off.
Perhaps we could see a Hydra?
A Hydra, or perhaps the Jet. I know on Inkblot, Jets seem to be a very popular choice for a lot of people in Open.
So we could see that, too.
For Inkblot,
Ooh,
mostly
perhaps-
you'd be...
Yeah. Perhaps we could also see a Tristringer here as interesting of a choice.
Tristringer is really good on a lot of these maps. I think it's just very hard to learn.
It definitely is, but I feel like once you get it down, it's like a very fun weapon to play, and you can be powerful with it.
I have met quite a few dominant Tri-Stringers, so if any team brings a Tri-Stringer, they might be in an advantageous position.
Perhaps.
For Inkblot, most of the play is going to be around the boxes on the left and right side of the map. Especially because they provide great cover and the tower passes through both of them. It should be an interesting match if Water Otters can bring it back.
Mm-hmm. The Explo is back at it again.
Explo and
along with
Range
the-
Blaster.
And
It looks like they
there's...
also have a Jet.
Mm-hmm. And Crab yet again.
Looks like the Flingza has swapped out for a regular roller for the Bubbler on tower strats.
Very clever strat.
It is a very good strat, but
Indeed.
it actually lasts half as long when you put it on the tower.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Bubblers get popped all over the field and not just on the tower.
Same.
Although it is good for just a few extra points.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the Jet is trying to vac the Inkzuka. They stopped firing though.
Yeah, it ended before they could do anything.
It's a good strat. Oh, but it looks like the Jet is the last one for Water Otters. But they managed to hold off the tower just a little bit. Sadly, their overtime is back in an advantageous position.
And is that checkpoint too? And now past it.
Yeah?
Interestingly, the Blaster is on the one on the tower, not the Explo. Who just got that? Who just went down?
Oh dear. It looks like overtime still has a numbers advantage, but Water Otters are respawning and they should be able to get them off tower. Ooh! Oh, the push to one, but can they keep them off? Oh, and overtime goes down, so that means Water Otters will not be getting knocked out right now.
Can they get the 1 point meme win?
Ooh, bring it back from one. It's the comeback of the century.
Perhaps. No, the
And-
crab!
The crab has gone down. Oh, and they do have the bubbler on tower, but the sides of the tower are painted so they can still walk through it.
Yeah. Overtime back on the tower.
Looks like they're also popping the Zuka, aiming it at their court. Looks like their shot's actually going up to bats, and 2 of them are up there. Oh, and looks like they might get wiped out here. Yep, and there they go.
There's... Mm-hmm.
Water Otters is going to try to stop them from getting back on tower, but the bubbler on tower is going to stop them from directly shooting, and there's the knockout from overtime.
it. That is a full set win for overtime. Without a single overtime.
Well, you can't get overtime for everything, but I'd say that they made a very dominant showing today.
For sure.
All right. I mean, that 1-point meme was definitely very fun.
Yes.
All right, and that should be the set.
Mm-hmm.